Well, hello there. It's the Archivist from tradingcardarchives.com, and I'm here today to open something that I really should have done a long time ago. This is a set that has been available for at least a year. I kept passing on it because I thought it was going to be just dumb movie cards, and they are movie cards, but I don't think they're dumb anymore. So I usually am not a person who likes movie cards very much unless it's a movie I just love with all my heart. But otherwise, I really don't like movie cards that just have images on them of from the films and things like that. I prefer art cards or some artistic treatments. Just do something different than just stills from the film, right? Uh, the thing is, though, this box is manufactured by Zhenka. So this is the Zhenka logo here. And that is the same company that brought us those amazing Spider-Man 60th anniversary cards. Those are incredible. As soon as I realized this was a Zenka release, I was like, oh my God, I feel so terrible. I should have bought this like right away. But we can right that wrong now. We can look at it today, so it's not that big of a deal. The reason that I did end up buying this is that a viewer, actually, someone who watches the channel, was emailing me. You can contact me on this website pretty easily. There's a contact button and everything. I'll get in touch with you. Uh, Pictures of their own collection of these cards, and they look great. Like they had such a good variety. I mean, they had opened a lot of boxes, so they had a bunch of gold cards and things like that. Which I mean, we're not going to get that from one box, but still, the cards that they had all looked good, even the regular movie cards. And then when I saw it was Zenka, I was like, oh God, okay, so I have a box now, and we're going to take a look at it. This is The Matrix. So, The Matrix, of course, that famous what sci-fi philosophy movie from the 90s. There were, I think there's four total movies at this point. But really the first one is the only one that I think people really like, right? Like I'll watch the second and the third one. They're decent action movies, but there are a lot of really slow parts too. That whole train station segment, my God, who can watch that? But anyway, the first movie doesn't have that. The first movie just kind of moves the entire time. I remember seeing it in the theater. I actually went to the theater and saw this. Uh, it's a movie about a simulation. So the world has basically been taken over by robots, and they have enslaved humans, and they're using humans as a power source, which is stupid, but whatever. Uh, anyway, yeah, there was a better original version of that before they were going to be batteries. They were something else. I can't remember. Hang on. I'm going to pause because I need to remember this. I'll be right back. That's right. The very original script, the humans who are enslaved in the Matrix were part of a giant neural network that used their actual brains to power the Matrix itself, and also a lot of the things that the machines wanted to do. Because, of course, solar power, even if the sun is blocked out or whatever, you can still get solar. Like I have solar panels on the top of my house on cloudy days, they still work. So, yeah, so solar panels would have been just fine, even with the sun blocked out. Uh, but anyway, the script got changed and they were batteries, right? Which was kind of the stupidest concept in the world for anyone who understands physics at all. But for whatever reason, that's what they went with. And you got to look past that. And anyway, he gets freed from that simulation to the real world and meets these gang of people, and they go back in, and there's a whole story. There's all kinds of like crazy action sequences. They invented the concept of bullet time, which is this way of filming an action scene so that it uh, is slow motion, but the camera can still move fluidly with real camera movements. Is pretty cool effects. And overall, just kind of this great 90s movie, right? A lot of people loved it. I remember liking it quite a bit. My roommate, I was in college when this came out, and my roommate then was like in love with this movie, like to an unhealthy amount. Every single time I would come back from class, he would be playing this movie, even if he was just doing homework or something else. Always this movie would be playing over and over again, every day, all day, and loud. Like he would play the music from the film and the sounds so loud you could hear it like all through our entire hallway. It was just this constant matrix. It was honestly weird, very weird. I kind of stopped going back to the room after a while. I would hang out with other people because it was just kind of very strange. But anyway, I think a lot of people got kind of obsessed with it in that way. Then they made the second, third, and fourth, and yeah, things fell apart. But as far as we're going to look at today, this is from the original Matrix movie. These are fully licensed trading cards, so you can see the Warner Brothers logo there, and I honestly believe that. So in a lot of times we're not sure, or we're like, no, these are bootlegs. But in this case, these are fully licensed cards. And the reason I can be so sure of that is Zenka's parent company produces DC action figures, very expensive high-end action figures under license from Warner Brothers. And so they already have a licensing relationship with Warner Brothers for a product that they would not jeopardize to make trading cards. So they definitely have a license to do this. This is not something they would do otherwise. It was the same with the Spider-Man set. That set was fully licensed, and we had the receipts to prove it. I don't have the receipts in this case, but we know Zenka, so we know that it is. The boxes here are very cheap. I got this for, I think, like $16. Very, very cheap boxes, but not bad cards. So here we have an image. That's actually an image from the anime. There was a anime of this for a little while. It didn't, I think, go anywhere in the end, but I don't know if they actually made the anime at all. It might have only been advertised. I can't remember. But anyway, that looks like the anime to me more than anything. Very interesting distribution strategy for this too. So instead of getting packs, we're going to get kind of two boxes. That's not the first time that we've seen that strategy used. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure has sets like that, and also the Overlord set from Kmon works like this, where you get these little boxes inside here. I assume this is the equivalent of a hit pack, the equivalent of, and I assume this is going to be our sort of regular pulls. But they still will be randomized cards in here. It's not going to be a fixed set of cards. So let's take a look at them and see what we got. Maybe we'll put them this way down and go through one at a time. Kind of cool little boxes too. I mean, these are not bad. They're a pretty high quality box here. So our first card is an SP, and that is Trinity doing her famous crane kick against the police officer. That's at the very beginning of the film. Our next card is... Oh, so these are all three movies, because this is from the third Matrix movie. This is Agent Smith, right? And he's got all those copies, and they're fighting in the rain. Here is a CP gold with the with the entire group there. That's awesome. That's actually really cool. I love the effect on the green in the background there. Very, very cool. Next up we have, oh yeah, so this is from the second movie now. That's a battle that took place in the, I forgot that guy's name, one of the weird robots he had to go meet. A lot of strangeness in this. Oh, wow, an Agent Smith CP. How cool. Man, I just love the effect on those. Those look very good. I'm quite impressed. Here's a Trinity. Ooh, another one, a UR. That's gorgeous. Like, look at the cracked, there's like a very subtle cracked effect on that. And then also that sort of oily foil. And then also it's a UR. So what a fantastic card. Gosh, that's beautiful. Actually, I figured I need to get these sleeved. I forgot these are like honestly much nicer than I thought they would be. Let's get these sleeved up here. That's an SP. I have no idea if there's a secondary market for these. Maybe once we open the hit pack, I can go and check. But I don't know. Kind of doubt it, but there might be. I don't know. It was a popular movie back then. It still is kind of a popular film. So, I mean, there was a reason that they forced them to make that fourth one, right? Even though it was obvious nobody wanted to make that fourth one, right? The entire story of the fourth movie is basically about how they don't want to make it. So, it kind of tells you something about whether they wanted to make that or not. Anyway, let's take a look at our next card here. Ooh, it's the agents. One of the agents doing their sort of faster movement than bullets. They can dodge bullets basically, which is kind of silly, but it's one of the powers that they had in the films. Ooh, you are of Neo. That is awesome. Of course, Keanu Reeves in that role did a pretty good job, I think, portraying that character and making it seem, like like a real badass kind of guy, right? Of course, he then went on to be John Wick, so pretty much the best that there could be. 1 second, I need to pause for a second. Oh, I had to go take care of some laundry, as we do. But I'm back, and we're looking at more Matrix cards. Ooh, an SSR. That's a cool effect again. Man, they're using these. So you see, they're like layered actually three different. Yeah, there's three different refraction patterns layered on that. That's kind of insane. And then the Neo images are printed above all of this. Might even be four? There's hexagons, diamonds, and squares. Yeah, I can't tell. That's a complicated card, though. A lot going on there. Oh, wow. Hey, we got a pretty good set of URs here. There is Morpheus, the sort of father figure who rescues Neo, if you will, played by Lawrence Fishburne. And he's, in this particular image, has a samurai sword, which is, I guess, something cool you can do. Although it's a little strange in a sci-fi movie like that. Oh my goodness, that's the that's the ending scene where Neo is kind of turning into a sort of god with the machines from the very last movie. That last movie gets kind of weird near the end. There's a lot of very strange things, like Neo loses his vision, but it doesn't actually stop him from being able to fight. He starts to be able to like control things in the real world, which it doesn't make a ton of sense. But we let it go. We let it go. There's Neo in the Revolution scene where he's about to fight Agent Smith in the rain. Here is, wow, more of that God vision. So we kind of have two cards that are right in a row here. Yeah, that's one and that's two. So that makes sense. Right in a row. Makes sense. Beautiful cards. And actually, that was a pretty beautiful part of the movie. Oh, there you go. There's the train station sequence. And honestly, there's like 20 minutes of the movie. This is, what is this? The second one, right? Yeah, the second one. That's what it is. Like, he's just standing around in a train station. He talks to a family, stands around. There's no fighting, there's no action. It's just talking and talking for like, oh, I hate that part of the movie. It's like the Cheer Up Charlie song from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. You just kind of want to skip past it each time. Wow, we got the third one. So this 1, 2, and 3. That's cool. I mean, really, that's a very cool sequence of cards there. 1, 2, 3. Not bad at all. I like it. Then we have two more regular cards, and then we'll open our hit pack there. Here's Neo from Revolutions. Very cool. And one more. Oh, there's an SSR of them getting armed. So that is like a special mini matrix they have where they keep all their weapons. All right. Well, how fun. So we got an SP, we got some URs, and we got a couple CPs. Uh, why don't, before I open this hit pack up, why don't I go on eBay and just see if I can figure out the pricing on any of this stuff? I'll be right back. There might not be any, but I'm gonna go check. I'll be back. All right. Well, hey, there is actually a little bit of a secondary market on these. And in fact, that specific card is listed for $22.99. It hasn't sold yet for that, but that's what it's listed for. A lot of the other SPs are in that, 15 to 25 range. And then actually these CPs here also kind of fall into the $6 to $15 range. So again, like a pretty good range of pricing on this. You have to remember this whole box was $16, something like that. I actually kind of forget how much it was. I forgot to take you through the flyer. I could do that too now. I'm gonna just waste a ton of time before I open that up because I that's how I do. But here, why don't I take you through the flyer, and I can also show you then where I bought it and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, here we go. So let me switch over to that screen 1 second. There it is. Yeah, so this is where I bought my box. I actually did buy it from this particular store, and I guess $17 I must have paid. You get 4 for 63. It's really not a very expensive box of cards at all. And then here we have the flyer for it. And the flyer is just going to kind of go through the different rarities. But top end, we've got WPC. And LBC, which are these kind of booklet cards. You've got gold coin cards. EX. SER. We didn't pull any of those yet. SSP. And then you've got SPs, so we did pull one of those. CPs, we pulled a bunch of those. URs, we pulled. SSRs, we pulled. Oh, interesting. There's like two levels. If you see that, there's like SSR star and then SSR. And then there's some promo cards. And these are the gold cards that I think are the like rarest cards in the set. But the person who showed me their collection had the Trinity, one of these. So it is possible to pull them. They already had it. So yeah, that's what this set is like. So yeah, so now you've seen the flyer. Let's go back then to our cards here. And we'll open up our last box and see what we got. Oh, I don't know. It doesn't feel like gold. It might be, but it doesn't feel like it to me. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Is anyone really free? No, it's an SSP in here. SSP of Neo. Still a cool enough card to get, but not a numbered card, and certainly not a gold card. Even cooler. We'll take what we can get there. And I can't tell if there's another card in here, if that's just that might just be taped into this. I think that is a card. It's just sort of stuck in there. I'm gonna break this box trying to get it out. Okay, we got it. Oh my god, it's one of the SERs. So an SER rarity card. Neo about to talk to the architect. One of the most famously bad discussions to ever take place on cinema was Neo talking to the architect. This one didn't have that problem. So only the smaller box had that issue. Cool. How fun. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed opening those quite a bit. That was a lot more fun than I thought it would be. And the cards are pretty good. The distribution's not too bad. I wish they had done more treatments like this, where it's kind of artistic and less just the pure movie scenes. but I sort of get they might have been restrained a bit by the license holder in that case. But still, wonderful set of cards, fully licensed, Zhenka production. Definitely going to be a good set to collect. And as you can see from the secondary market, there's a lot of people out there already collecting them. So if you haven't already gotten into this, I know I'm really late getting into this. I'm like a year late. But it doesn't seem like the party's over yet. So if you wanted to get into it now, there's still people collecting this particular set. So knock yourself out. But yeah, for now, I think I'll end the video there. And thank you for watching. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.